And there we go. Gold medal match, Buzz Thunder versus Jack Miss Wedge. We got a couple of caves up to the north. First is the first half of Jump Cave. Both players will put that in the vault just in case they need to go through it later. The second cave is Medicine Cave at 111. Should be some fun getting through here. It is Swiss flag, so the small enemies will remain small in the first half of this cave, and the large enemies in the second half of the cave will remain large. There's 3 of them. Buzz is the first one through to the other side, a red Moblin. Both players taking life 2. We have a orange Dyra. Pretty good for some early XP, maybe. You can see Jack's combat is phenomenal. There's 70. Jack's going to just take every level as he gets it. It's Magic 2, and we have a heart container. So both players 1, 2, 2 with a heart container, both up A. Start over again. They're going to head on over to the east. There's another cave in this cluster of mountains. See what that is in a second. Buzz waits for the encounters to spawn on the grass tile, so they spawn a little bit further away from him. And it was a no-go on that cave, but there's another. So that was either the back end of Fairy or Parappa. And there's the back end of Jump Cave, so we know Jump Cave goes nowhere. But continuing on to this mountain cluster is a town and a cave blocked by a boulder. That will be a item cave. An item cave. Only item caves can be blocked by boulders. Town of Rudo. And the other, whatever the other one wasn't, back end of Parappa or Fairy. So we have some possibilities. We can go through either of those to get to the other side. There's a river to our south. Jack just doesn't care if that's Bagu or not. He's going to keep going, goes and finds a palace, and the palace is either 3 or 6. Jack's he's gonna go for it. He's gonna go in. No fairy or magic key. He has no way to get through locked doors, and he's greeted with a locked door immediately. And he's going to up an A and get on out of there. Buzz is also contemplating. Maybe he was going to go try to see how many experience points the Iron Knuckle was in the statue, but could not get it to spawn. It was a 50-50 chance. The right side of Saria is here with another palace to the north. So we will be getting our first spell of the game. And that spell is going to be... It is Thunder. So free and castable Thunder to start. Both players having 64 MP. And the spell does cost 64, so they'll be able to Thunder some things. Interesting to note that if they do cast Thunder and Thunder is linked with Fire, they'll also be shooting a Fireball. So they can tell whether they should get Fire or not later on, perhaps. There's Palace 5. Jack's going to go into the Swamp Tile, grab this 1-up doll, and then hit the third town of the game, which is Raru, so we'll be getting our second spell. Yes, that's a good point. Buzz does pause a little bit to track where things are. And Jack just kind of, he's a wild man, Jack. Normally helps him by not writing things down, committing things to memory, and going ultra fast, especially when it comes to placing gems later on in palaces. You will most likely see him eat a gem, take no experience or levels from it, just in favor of arriving back at control of Link faster. fairy spell in Raru. So now we have ways of going through the doors in palaces. Palace 5, Palace 3 or 6, and we're still looking for the third of the palaces on the western continent. We have a Death Mountain sighting on Jack's side here. Jack's going to do a little exploration, hit all the doors in the first area. Let's see how Buzz handles it. Buzz is deciding not to do it. So we have the town of Mito and the third palace left. And we have a host of item caves still left. One of them being blocked by a boulder. But the grass tile and 3 others remain. And this is all in the opening area of the continent. See, Jack finds the exit to Death Mountain, which is a camping spot. There's no other way to get there. So it is useless. We do have Parappa or Fairy Cave going right to left to get us to a new area, perhaps. We have the Fairy Spell and maybe Saria getting us to a new area as well. So Buzz is going to go back in one of those potential pass-through caves. It is Parappa Cave. So it'll be one screen, one enemy, and he'll be off on the other side somewhere. And he finds a camping spot, but Jackamus Wedge finds the magical cave that brings him to Hammer Cave, and he does have an extra guy, a dude as well. That is a big find for Jack. It is not accessible by the boots, and you have to find the special cave, the one-of-a-kind cave, to get there. So this could be huge for Jack. He'll have to go through a couple screens to get there, but remember, he did start with 1 extra life, which he's already exhausted. But that Geldarm worm there, that's going to help him. That's going to replace a Dire or something else that would give him more trouble. Blue Moblins should be no trouble as well. Yunus in chat says, morning. It is indeed morning. As Buzz is going to take now Fairy Cave over to the other side. And he does wake up in the desert, and this should be the other end of Saria or Mito, and it is Mito. He does have Fairy. Can he cast it? Maybe he can cast it, because he's going to go back into the town and go for the downstab. Or he's going to refill life. Hey, just remember to refill life now. Magic container in the Hammer Cave, so the magical cave system that Jack found did not pan out. That is, unless the magic container is going to be useful for getting the item in New Kasuto. In that case, Jack has a leg up. So he up-A's, goes back to start, and he's going to take a cave through. He's in Fairy Cave now. That's the one that leads to decide where Buzz is. Parappa Cave went to a camping spot. So, virtue of the up-A, Jack puts himself in a good position to take the right cave as Buzz gets downstabbed. And he's going out of town wrong way. That is 1.5 little Z heads longer going to the right. You want to make sure you go to the left to save those frames. All right, Jack arrives at the other side, and he'll be in Mito as well. And he is going to go ahead and grab the downstab. So Buzz finds the other side of Death Mountain. Which I guess I misrepresented Death Mountain. Look before that Jack found the other side of Death Mountain, and it went nowhere. That was just probably a cave system that went nowhere inside of Death Mountain. So there's the other side of Death Mountain. It's on this end. We do find the raft spot. We do not have the raft as of yet. We're still looking for 3 item caves in the grass tile. And the 4th item cave being blocked by that boulder again. And 1 town remaining. I'm sorry, one palace remaining, and then 1 town tile remaining, which is going to be the other side of Saria. There's the other palace right there. So we have 5, either 3 or 6, and Palace 1. So with Fairy Spell in hand, Buzz is going to go through Palace 1. Jack going to grab some XP, get that life 3. Buzz is at attack 1, Jack's at attack 2. The only minor differences right now, and Buzz does take attack 2 now. 2 caves there, and we have not seen the other side of... Well, nothing. These are going to be both item caves. We've seen everything else. And there is Magic Container Cave. Magic Container in Magic Container Cave. So Jack has 6 Magic Containers so far. It's good for 66.666, repeating, of course, % chance of getting the item New Kasudo, and he'll be jumping into this other item cave now, which is Trophy Cave. And the town tile on the other side where Jack is going to be the other end of Saria. 64 Thunder is 64 Fairy is not too good here for Buzz. He's going to go and grab this key. Meanwhile, Jack is going to probably grab this 500-point P-Bag. Gets the XP using Thunder. And then grabs the P-Bag. So the items we found so far in item caves have been P-Bag, Magic Container, Heart Container, Magic Container. Nothing special. We're looking for either P-Bag Cave or Heart Container. One of them is going to be blocked by the boulder. The other one's going to be either accessible or still blocked by a boulder. We just have not found it yet. And the grass tile. But now Buzz found himself in a corner, up A's, and Jack is now entering Palace 1. So many an item still on the table and accessible probably in the area they're in. But they're going to go ahead and see if they can complete Palace 1. Again, Fairy costing all of Buzz's magic. Thunder as well. And Jack does have to take a death to queue up magic. To be able to Fairy through a door. He goes up, and he's going to head left here. Of course, looking for the item room. And that take any level as you get it has already brought Jack up to 324. And he's going to have to cast Fairy here. And arrive himself at the dead end with the key. Does not get the key. And does take an up A. Trying to save every second he can. Buzz finds another dead end. And he'll go on and grab that key. He's definitely scarred by the Dig Shake versus Unos match, where Dig Shake did not get the key in a similar room in Palace 2. Up A'd, and then needed a key later on in the match and lost a lot of time trying to find a way to kill himself to get magic back to Fairy through a door. And it ultimately cost him the match, so Buzz is going to grab every key he can. Buzz also had a bad run of luck in that same tournament, the 2016 tournament, where he played Unos himself and ran into a bunch of key trouble near the end. So he's definitely a guy who's scarred for life with keys, and he'll pick them up any chance he gets. He'll also die on the elevator on the way up. Jack's going through the dead end room, and he did up A last time, but he's not going to up A. Well, he is going to up A after he grabs the key this time. So he'll have a key in the bank. Buzz returns to that northern elevator, and he's going to go right this time. Yeah, that was the Palace 4, when there are just so many doors in Palace 4. Buzz has a choice to go up or down. Down's going to lead to the item, and the up room is going to go right. There's going to be a key in that room as well. And it's going to lead the horse head. Those are the only rooms that are left. Is this room, the item room, the top floor to the right with the staircase room. I don't know how to name that. And then the horse head room. Seems like we got some good XP, and we have the boots, which is a great item to find. Buzz can now walk on water in the bounds of the map. Jack also arriving at the boots, which is why I marked them. Now I will mark them for Jackamus. Apologies, we have 13 trackers and restreamers. They're all outside shoveling their driveways. We could not get a 14th. There was not enough volunteers. Jack's beeping. He's going to go take the ferry. As Buzz arrives at Horsehead. Gets a little swat on the bum. And Buzz will be the first to place a gem here at the 17th minute mark. With Jack closely behind, Jack does have the benefit of hitting a few additional item caves before Buzz. So Jack has a little bit of an exploration edge. Buzz has a little bit of a palace gem lead. Does a BGT walk right back into the palace. And away he goes. He's going to go north here. Where's Jack going to go? He's going to go hit the road again. And go north as well. Cave is on the other side of that rock formation. Both players realizing that now. And there is the camping spot where Parappa Cave led out to. And we have Magic Heart Container Cave. That means the P-Bag Cave is blocked by a boulder. And it's a P-Bag and Magic Container, Heart Container Cave. So 2 P-Bags, 2 Magic Containers, and a Heart Container have been our items so far. We do have Fairy, which could put the raft inside of a palace. It's palace 3 or 6 or 5 at this point. We know that Hammer Cave is a magic container, but we still have the grass tile left. Buzz is all like, oh, look at me, I am too cool to pick up that P-Bag. And leaves. He's gonna go south here. He's got Trophy Cave and Magic Container Cave left to find near, a little bit to his east. And Jack is looking for the grass tile. Buzz dips into the graveyard tile, hoping to find a P-Bag. And gets red jarred. There's the grass tile, and it is the raft. So both players pick that up. Along with the P-Bag worth 1 hunch. See what Jack decides to do here. The raft tile is on this side of the continent. And looks like Jack is going to go ahead and go on to the eastern continent. Let's see. It's going to go north, right to the raft tile. And the way he goes, BGT walks right on top of it. And look at that. Boots required. You can walk up and north around the mountain to get to the this side of the eastern continent. Grabs a magic level after he uses Thunder and quickly levels back up. Buzz having a tough time with this Aikman. Gets across and he will live. Nukasudo, he has 6 magic containers. The lady wants 7. Of course she does. Buzz is going to pick up his 5th here in Trophy Cave in just a second. Not Trophy Cave. It's going to be Magic Container Cave. So it is potentially possible that that magic container that Jack picked up in Hammer Cave, the golden cave in Hammer Cave, is going to be key. He gets jump inside of Nukasudo. And with no spell, he's going to be leaving the town. Right after he fills up on health. Neither of those desert spots on Buzz's screen is the desert tile. We find Darunia there, I guess, because Jack was in and out. There's another town, 3 of them. Gets 5 hunge on that Lizalfos, so there's a nice spot to level up right there. And we are in the town of Kasudo. We'll be grabbing another spell. And it is a spell. Can he cast it? Magic 4, I'm sure he could. I could not see. It went up too quick. And Jack finds a palace. It is Great Palace on the Eastern Continent. Goes into the desert tile. It is a jar. Buzz is also in the Eastern Continent, and he does not go north. He goes east to start, and he found a P-Bag Cave. So Jack goes north. Buzz goes east. Jack unsure how to pick up that little Jackie. Finally does it. Buzz takes life 5. And Jack's going to go into a pair of lava encounters here, hoping for some P-Bags, and he does grab 1. That's going to get him a level. What does Buzz find in the P-Bag Cave? It is the magic key. So magic key for Buzz. Jack does find the other P-Bag Cave. We'll see what's here in a second. Takes a death. Nice P-Bag in the ceiling there. Thanks, Dig Shake. P-Bag Cave number 2 yields the cross, and there's a magic container on the desert tile for Buzz. Remember, we need 7 for the item in Nukasudo. Looks like Buzz is on his way out. He's going to take a... well, he's in Maze Island. I did not see what he got there. My apologies. If somebody could relay that to me as well. Maybe we'll see in a couple seconds here on Jack's screen. So both players finding Maze Island. Buzz gets the first item. Jack's going to grab it right now. It is the horn. And those blue Lizalfoses, they're tasty. 500 apiece. Buzz is going to crotch there, do the Tim Tebow. And his faith is going to bring him right to Palace 3 or 6. without even walking. Buzz marks it, leaves, and then is going to try to find the second item on Maze Island. Jack is down to 1 life left. See if he uses Thunder on this guy. He does. The palace is right there for an up A, which is why he's going to take life 5. And there's item number 2 on Buzz's screen. It is the hammer. And Jack's going to take a dip inside Palace 3 or 6. Can't tell yet. I don't know if Jack grabbed the magic key. I don't think he did. I think he was on a different side of where the magic key location was. But Buzz is also inside. It is Palace 6. So 6 on Maze Island. That puts 3 on the Eastern Continent. And both players are going to have a go. Jack's going to kill anything that gets in his way, and nobody's going to stop him. And you can see he is out of keys, so he can't open that door. Could be a benefit for Buzz. Although if the key doors force Jack to go another direction in the right direction, that would certainly be something. Got a Buzz ferrying through here. And Jack gets wamboozled, and he's going to leave Palace 6. He's going to go look for that second item. Buzz finds a glove block there. It's going to force him to turn around and try to go a different direction. He's going to have one more go at the glove block room. Nope. He's not going to try it. He's going to take a death here and get his magic back. Well, back on the Western Continent for Jack after the game over. Good use of dying there for Buzz, knowing he was going to take a drop, potentially needing to use the fairy spell. Jack's going to put his hammer to good use and find the P-Bag cave. Meanwhile, Buzz finds the Rebo fight. It's always good to find this fight in Palace 3. Look at that horse. It's half a horse. And another magic container. That's going to get him the item in New Kasuto, though. So the items on the Western Continent overworld were 2 P-Bag caves. I'm sorry, 2 P-Bags, 2 magic containers, a heart container, and the raft on the grass tile. And there was a magic container inside of Death Mountain as well. So nothing really good for progression, unless these magic containers really work out for Jack here. Buzz is only 1 away, but Buzz is also in the boss room of Palace 6. Meanwhile, Jack is taking a, is it a V-line or a B-line? I never remember. Right to New Kasuto. Right in the tri-state area. And it is a heart container. Jack must feel like he has 0 luck right now. Anytime he goes and grabs an item, it is a magic container or a heart container. As Buzz downs Barba and grabs the, places the second gem of his race so far. Well, we can, since we're back in New Kasuto with a couple more magic levels, or at least one more, and an additional magic container, we're going to go ahead and see what this item is in the back of the town. Here's the trophy. Okay, he's got something for his efforts here. We do have Thunder, but we do not have Reflect yet, so we have potential there for Jack. He's going to have to make his long walk out. And speaking of long walks, Buzz is making the long walk off of Maze Island. So there are two palaces left. One is going to be directly on the Eastern Continent, and the other one's going to be in the Valley of Death. That is Palace 2 and Palace 4. Neither player again having the Reflect spell. But we have not found Naburo yet. That would be the last town with a free spell. So Jack's going to plunge into Death Mountain here, Valley of Death here. And Buzz is going to kill the tasty 500-point blue Lizalfoses. Not sure Jack got that up input in time. He probably did, though. He did not. He walks down into another encounter. Meanwhile, Buzz is in Naburu. So we're going to see what our last free spell of the game is, while Palace 2 resides on the Valley of Death. That's going to put Palace 4 somewhere on the Eastern Continent. Unknown what fire is, but it doesn't matter because we got Shield in Naburu. So if we want to get fire or reflect, we're going to have to go find an item to turn in for the spell. And Jack has won the trophy. We do not know where the kid or the medicine are. But in Buzz's situation, he still has a couple of free towns to find on the Eastern Continent, north of the Raft Tile. This is feeling like a Vanilla Glove situation. Jack being in Palace 2, we'll find out shortly, hopefully. Buzz is now in that northern region, going to find out he needs 7 magic containers. He's going to talk to her 3 times just to make sure, because anytime you play an RPG, talk to everybody at least once or twice, or more than once, because they might have alternate text. Now you're going to find out what's in the dripper. Maybe we saw it already. Alright, now Buzz has jump. Equals, dash, equals, dash, equals, dash room for Jack there in Palace 2. Yeah, talk to her one more time for every magic container you have, and she'll let you in. That's a trick of the game. No one's found it out until now. Alright, Jack's gonna go left here, looking for the item. Buzz finds Darunia. And we have an item room in Palace 2. And it is a P-bag, and it is the worst possible P-bag you can find, a 50-point P-bag. That is gotta have Jack seething by now. And he does have a good host of items, though, so maybe not as much as I'm playing it up. But certainly, he'd rather find the glove there, or any consolation for him. The kid, or the medicine, or the magic key. Although we know where the magic key is. and Helmet Head. So we don't need the glove to beat Palace 6, and we don't need the glove to beat Palace 2. But wouldn't it be wild if the glove was in Palace 6? And there's 2 gems apiece, and Jack eats the gem. There's a trademark right there. He's going to up A out into the Western continent. He's potentially going to hit up Palace 3 here. This Buzz is going to make his slow, painful way through Nukasudo. Nope, he's going to go back to the east. I wonder if he's going to head on north. Oh no, he was the first one to go north. We're looking for Palace 4 here on the Eastern Continent. The water tile as well. There's Nabaru Cave. Jack's gonna Nabaru go through it. Double maced, and Jack's going to take a death here. He's going to regroup. Have another go. Using Thunder. And he's going to grab a 1-up there to replace the dude he just lost. This must be Palace 4 here on Buzz's screen. No, it's Great Palace. My bad. Got that area to the north through the River Devil. Jack never met a Zalfos he couldn't kill. And he's going to prove it. So 100, 200, 500 are the different flavors of Zalfos in the game. And this is good for Jack here because he's going to grab the magic key. And Buzz didn't really get a good advantage of having it before Jack, and now Buzz is going to go in the other P-Bag Cave and grab what Jack already has, which is the glove. I'm sorry, the cross. Another 5 hunch for Jack. So how's Buzz on levels? 4, 5, 6. Jack is 4, 5, 5. So Buzz got an advantage on levels. Despite Jack's early lead, he's going to fill up on health here. So Jack can cast Thunder 2 times because he has 8 total magic containers. He's going to walk around Maze Island and head up to the northeast here. He's got a little bit of an area to go through. Nice dead-end road there with the River Devil. I expect nothing less of this game. It's like Z2R bingo. Road that goes nowhere, check. River Devil that does nothing, check. It's like two spaces right there. And if they line up with the free tile, then all you're looking at is, you know, over 7-tile Maze Island and Dark Link after Thunderbird. And then you'll have yourself a bingo. So Jack's been in this area before. Those are the 2 lava tiles he went to earlier. And potentially the desert tile there with the magic container. And there is Great Palace. So where are we headed here? Looking for the last palace on the continent. Palace 4. Also the water tile. Jack has not found Nabru, so he'll do it now. Reflect is blocked by either the trophy, which both players have, the kid, or the medicine. Look at those 1,000 points of XP right there. Buzz is not going to do it? No, Buzz does it. And we have a Palace 4 here. Is in the northern area of the continent. And there's more north of where Jack is. No Reflect, but you know what? How many times has Palace 4 had the spell item to give you Reflect or Thunder? Buzz has the magic key. Is he going to do it? He's not going to do it. He instead is going to go collect the 200-point P-Bag on the Eastern Continent. And there is the water tile. So the last two things we needed to find in the Eastern Continent are in Buzz's area here. And it is the kid. The kid's always on the Eastern Continent, either the water tile, desert tile, or the P-Bag cave, it seems. So Buzz is going to go ahead and cash it in. Starting with the trophy, he wants to know exactly what he needs to do to get this Reflect spell, since he knows where Palace 4 is as well. Start by cashing in the trophy, then cashing in the kid. Now if you still need Reflect, then perhaps you dip into 4. There is fire. We'll see. Buzz is very good and very methodical about checking the fire spell to see what it is. He'll find the overworld encounter, take some damage, and then cast it to see if it refills his life. It turns the enemy into a bot, kills the enemy, or presumably does nothing. He also has the hammer, so he's going to go into the P-Bag cave, which is a potential time waster for him because he is going to grab a magic container, which gives him 7. And then most likely going to check the new Kasuto item as well. Fairy could be fire as well. Neither player would notice it if it were. I think of the things we know it's not is Thunder. Here's 1,000 points of experience for Jack. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He finds Palace 4. And the last thing for Jack on the list is going to be the water tile. Meanwhile, Buzz is back in New Kasuto. And he'll grab his he'll grab his heart container here. Did you notice what it was? If he did cast fire. Oh, it was fairy? Is that what you're telling me? That would make sense then. Looking up and seeing Buzz as a fairy in an encounter. There's the kid for Jack here. And looks like Jack and Buzz have both got all the items on the Eastern Continent. Most of the items on the Western Continent. The only thing left on the Western Continent is Spectacle Rock for Jack. Or for both. And Buzz still has to find Hammer Cave. So we're in Darunia now for Buzz. Upstab, 50-50 chance if this is Reflect or Life. So if fire is not thunder or reflect, I actually prefer it to be fairy. You know, you get a decent magic level, and you can just cast it in every room in Great Palace. And there's our magical spell right there. It's in Darunia. So Jack also has the kid. He's going to head north towards Darunia. He's doing the cash in the item thing as well. But no glove. Possible places the glove could be Palace 3, Palace 4, Palace 5, Palace 6, or Spectacle Rock. Any of those 5 locations. And again, wouldn't it be something if it was in Palace 6? Buzz is going to make his way here to Palace 2. Up A, fill back up on lives and health. And magic. Jack doesn't care about your upstab, it looks like. You think a guy who almost lost a race because there was an upstab required room in Great Palace that made him backtrack would make sure he gets upstab. But this is Jack, man. Jack's a loose cannon. You can't tell him how to play the game. In Palace 6, Buzz was met with a glove block room going to the right, went a different direction, and found Barba. So it's not that he didn't check for the item in 6, but he didn't have the glove and he did it very early. It's on the Western continent. Oh, Jack sees. Oh, he doesn't do it. Thought he saw the dead end and he was going to toot the horn anyway. But no horns were tooted on the seed. Just miles worth of XP in this seed. 500 point Lizalfos. Everything else seems to be 100 or more. That could be 100 or more. Nice trustful there from Buzz. Gets the ricochet off of the rope right into the lava, and he just decides he's going to cast, I guess, fire and fairy on through. No, he definitely left a lot of the Palace 6 on the table. Again, he went to one direction, got glove blocked, and then went like one other direction and was on the path to Barba. So there was a bunch of places he could have gone. He could drop again from the room that requires fairy for you to get through and see where that path takes him as well. Yeah, it is the 20-point P-Bag, I believe, in Palace 2, and there it is. I meant to say 50 if I said 20. My apologies. That'd be awesome if there were a 20-point P-Bag in the game, though. So Palace 4 time here for Jack. He's going to fairy through this room. Fire Fairy only costs a little bit over 1 bar. And Buzz is going to be fighting Helmet Head here to place his 3rd gem. Two cycles the key, but he's on his way here. 22-20 could give him attack 5. And it is indeed attack 5. Medicine in 4. So that is good for a life spell that neither player is going to go get. As Buzz BGT walks through the Western continent, not sure his controller works too well. It's probably very loose. Yeah, Reflect was in Darunia. So is this Palace 3 here for Buzz? 3 and 5 are on the Western continent. And it is 3. Very straightforward Palace 4 here for Jack. And there's gem number 2 that Jack ate. So he's getting rather full here. I believe his catchphrase is "feed me more." Buzz has had enough with killing things in XP at 557. He's just going to start pogoing over enemies in hopes of going faster. 52nd minute now. And we are glove blocked in 3 going in that direction. Palace 5 here for Jack. Immediate dead end. We're going to go down this elevator. And get pushed right. Wouldn't it be something if this glove was in 5 and Jack would find it right away? Well, Buzz does find the boss. Let's see if he turns around after he places the gem and goes back down that elevator. To see if he can find himself a glove in 3. Sets up the jackhammer. The iron knuckle is not cooperating, dude. You're supposed to walk closer to the wall. There you go. Seven Hunge is a nice beefy Rebo neck. And there is Palace number 3 down for Buzz. He is going to go back left and down that elevator. Again, gloves still on the horizon here. Running out of spots of where it could be. And Palace 3 is very short. He'll either be met with a glove block or he'll be able to go on to the outside dead end room or the item room. And is the outside room, so we are probably glove blocked from the item in 3. Although Buzz is going back in another direction. Maybe there is one more path he can take here left. And he is glove blocked from this room, going this direction, so... Item seems to be glove blocked in 3. Jack up A's, and he's going to go a different direction. Buzz going to try to find a way to break some blocks. Buzz always in a position to put himself in to do something extraordinary, to get something named after him. So today he tried to break blocks without the glove spell, the glove item, and did not work. He's going to try to find some XP though. One Thundercast does not do it, and he's going to up A, and he's going to eat 2,900 XP. That is a lot of XP to eat. He was on the cusp of another level, but nevertheless... in effort of time and racing, he up A's and leaves. Reminder, this is the gold medal match, gold medal round in the SHI Tournament Olympics for the Zelda II Randomizer event. Buzz Thunder defeated 2 people to get here. Rez in the first round, and then he defeated Rose City Saint in the second round. He is representing the Pain is Thunder. His teammates Yunos and the Alan Heffley. Buzz is also participating in Super Mario Bros. 3. Jackamus Wedge is part of Special K with Coach Crab and Random Effect. Jack Miss Wedge also participating in Super Mario Bros. 2. And Buzz is going to go on the hunt in Death Mountain. And we know that the Hammer Cave was a golden cave and yielded the magic container. So if Buzz is going to go through and try to find Hammer Cave, we might hope he finds Spectacle Rock first. But if Spectacle Rock doesn't have the glove, then he's going to go through and commit to Hammer Cave. That's going to be a huge time sink for Buzz. He's going to use the boots and walk on the water here. I think XP per calorie ratio is a 1-to-1 thing. So you're going to see Buzz go around here, and you're going to see that little inlet up here. Oh, wait, maybe he could get there with the boots. This might be where the Hammer Cave was. When I quickly looked at it before, it looked like it was not blocked off. It was not water accessible. Yep, no, it's not. It is water accessible. My bad. It was in this area, so Buzz wastes no time finding this Hammer Cave with the aid of the boots. So he's going to be saving a lot more time than I thought he was going to be wasting here. Meanwhile, Jack is still navigating Palace 5 here, hoping to find the item room beyond that wall. Nope, it's going to be an elevator down. Buzz is going to use Fairy and go across. I wonder if Fairy Fire is cheaper at Magic 5. Looks like he's casting Fairy directly. Item room in 5 here. Let's see what we got. Here's the last P bag. Man, Jack is just finding them all. Buzz is finding them all as well. But P bag in 5. Glove is in either Spectacle Rock, which Buzz bails out of Death Mountain. He's going back in now. He's going to take a different path. So Spectacle Rock, Palace 6, and if we got the read on Palace 3 wrong, and there actually is a way to the item room, then Palace 3, Buzz is going to be looking for the boulder here. 4 was the medicine, so it's only Spectacle Rock or 6, unless we got Palace 3 wrong. And there is the boulder for Buzz. He smashes it, do-do-do-do, smash, and gets a heart container. Oh boy. Could Buzz be thinking he passed up on the item in 6, huh? So this is almost certainly going to put the glove in 6. Buzz does have a few places to check, including Palace 4 and 5, along with Palace 6. He does know 3 is blocked by the glove, or more likely blocked by the glove. Jack has not explored 3 yet, but Jack also had not gone to Spectacle Rock yet. Buzz is in Palace 5. So arriving at the first dead end and going down, it took Jack a long time to find the item room. An even longer time here to find Goomba, but maybe he's right beyond this wall. And he is. Jack has 1 additional life left after this. Coach Crab says it'd be crazy if the glove is not required. There was we've seen races where the glove has not been required. It doesn't mean the players don't pick it up. And there's a 3rd gem being devoured by Jackamiss's stomach. 557's enough. He's just going to keep going. Jack is in 3 now. So 3, one of the shorter of the palaces. He'll be greeted with the blocks pretty quickly. Meanwhile, Buzz is going to continue on through 5. All the items have been exhausted. The 8th magic container is probably going to be in 3. We've already seen all the P bags. They've all actually been P bags. We've seen all the small items that were randomized. So 3 is probably the heart container, and then that leaves 6 for the glove. Those are the only 2 items left out there. So there's the glove block for Jack. That's probably leading to the item room. Again, this is if we did not misread the situation. I feel like I got a good handle on Palace 3, though, for this seed. Buzz takes an up A, and he's going to go in a different direction here. He's going to go back to the right of the first room, which again was a dead end still. Glove is not... It's a misused representation of the glove. Glove is not required to beat the game, but it has an extremely high probability of being required based on all the rooms that you may have to navigate through in Great Palace alone, let alone Palaces 2, 3, and 6 that could have blocks in your way as well. So it is a high 90% chance that the glove is required, and I don't really think I've ever seen anybody not do everything they could to get the glove. And Fairy is another one on that list. There's Palace 3 for Jack, so he's going to turn around and maybe look for the item. Fairy is another spell that's not required to beat the seed, but it's something that's highly helpful in the event that it isn't required, because you can fairy feed on the overworld to get through encounters quicker, or just fairy through rooms to get through them quicker and safer. The only things absolutely required are Thunder and Reflect, but with Swiss Flags and Fire being another spell, you don't even necessarily need that base spell sometimes. And Jack is in the same situation as Buzz was in at the end of Palace 3 when you found the last glove block. He's a few hundred away, some change away from the next level. Tries to get it and then just up A's, gets out of there. So both players eating well over 2,000 points worth of XP in Palace 3 alone. On top of the 3 additional gems that Jack has eaten, he's definitely a guy you don't take to dinner and be like, yeah, no, man, I got the bill. Order whatever you want. And Jack would definitely take advantage of that. So Buzz is almost going to get knocked into the lava there and then realizes, let's just cast Fairy now. So what do we do here for Jack? Buzz is going to continue to navigate through 5 and try to find the item room, probably here. For Jack, we only know that Palace 6 and Spectacle Rock are things we haven't found yet. Do we go to Palace 6 and hope that we find the item? He is walking back to Palace 6 now. He didn't complete Palace 6. Buzz gets the bad news of the P bag in 5, and he's a fairy, so he can't even pick it up. The team name Special K, I would have to believe, was created because all the members of the team have K in their name. Jackamus Wedge, Random Effect, and Coach Crab. So Buzz is in the Eco Key room. Going to fairy up and over. Meanwhile, Jack, this is the last gem he has to place, and one of 2 places he has not looked yet for the item. So he's probably going to do his due diligence here. Jack is going to cast Fairy over this Fairy-required room. You cannot pogo on the Moas. They die before you get to the other side. I have tried that. And he's going to take the drop here. There's going to be a drop sequence coming up soon for Jack, which is going to land him in the right area to get the Barba. I believe this was the glove block. This was the glove block, and Jack's going to need some magic to drop here. Although he could cast Fire for Fairy and maybe have enough. It's only a little bit over a bar, so he'll be fine. There's drop number 1, and here's drop number 2, where Jack's going to need to cast Fairy, and he just misses it. He just decides to take a nap. And this could be a benefit here for Jack, although he's going to drop again and then continue to drop. I was going to say it would be a benefit for him not to take the right path to Barba and arrive at the item room. But not only does he miss the path to Barba, he misses the next floor as well and kind of soft locks himself in there in a loop where he has to up A. So now he's going to be a little bit more aware of casting Fairy, and it's going to take him to Barba. Meanwhile, Buzz is still navigating Palace 5 here. Yeah, that is a good point, Coach Crab. Jack could find the early Barba here. But he's seen both sides of the glove block room. So he could, in fact, and the only other room that potentially needs the glove to get through is going to be the one side of the Canadian Hole room. So Jack may be able to just take that knowledge and go a different way, especially when he knows he can drop one more floor and arrive at a new set of right-hand turns. He may place this gem, as Buzz places the gem for Palace 5 now. He may place the gem and then turn right back around and drop one more time and go right. So still to come on the SHI tournament, this is the gold medal round for Zelda II Randomizer. We're going to be playing Tetris 100 Lines Level 0 Start. That's a best 2 out of 3 event. That's going to be debuting sometime next week. We're also running Super Mario Bros. 1, any percent, Super Mario Bros. 2, any percent, Super Mario Bros. 3, any percent, no wrong warp, and Super Mario Kart 150cc Mushroom Cup. So those are the other 5 events that make up the 6-event SHI Tournament Olympics. So Jack finds the pass-through Rebo now. Picks up the key and moves on. And he'll be moving on to another room to go through. That's how rooms work. There's a room, and then there's another room after it. This is the other room after it. So Buzz is going through Bonner Pass here, as Jack is at Barba, beeping, hemorrhaging health. See what he decides to do. He doesn't cast Jump. But Buzz is on his way back to Palace 4. And he's just going to do it, damn it. He's going to go down and make his way around. He does not know what the item is here. This is his first time through Palace 4, as evident by the key door. And there's the last gem for Jack. He's going to up A, and he's going to go back in. So interesting to see what he does here. He had to turn. He could turn around at the Barber's room and go 3 screens left and continue the drop sequence, but maybe he is going to do it. Maybe he's going to go up in the elevator here. That could be devastating, because I think up in the elevator here brought him to the... No, he already seen the glove block room from both sides, but he is going to go up here. And he was already that direction, so he's going to go back down. Gets his bearings again, puts on his hat, so to speak. Yeah, for Buzz, the only thing left is the item in 3, item in 6. an item in 4. So once he arrives at the item in 4, after he beats the boss, he already thinks 3 is glove blocked, and we do as well. He's probably going to go back to 6, and 6 was the second gem he placed in the seed. And there's the medicine for Buzz. He's going to pick it up. And the drop sequence for Jack here, he's going to land on the ledge, somewhere he landed before, and then opted to jump back down. So does this bring him right to the item? It brings him right to a dead end. So where does he have to go here? He's going to leave. It's just a very unorthodox Palace 6. Jack is going to get to that dead end and just leave. Remember, he does have Spectacle Rock that's still available to him, and perhaps on his mind, but he is walking around the Eastern continent. Where I believe he has nothing left to check. Nope, he's going right into Great Palace. Like, screw it. We don't need a glove, right? It's already an hour and 12 minutes in. Both players, because of all the items they've gotten so far, probably think they're very behind. And we're greeted with a glove block immediately, so that's going to make Jackamus do something different. And perhaps it's walking back to 6. As Buzz places all the gems, Buzz also needs the glove. So that's the story of the race so far. Jack is not going to go to Death Mountain. He's going to go back into 6. Buzz going back through Bonner Pass here as Jack re-enters 6. Jack has knowledge of a couple of additional branches than Buzz. Buzz was in Palace 6 very early in the seed, second gem placed for Buzz. He was only met with that one glove block and then found Barba and left. So Buzz is going to do a lot of exploring here, more than Jack needs to do. But then again, if Jack can't make this jump, Buzz is going to catch up easily. And there he goes. He makes the jump. Going to go up and right here. Jack gave this a peek before. And Buzz tries it as well. And no avail. But Jack does find the item room, and it was very easy to get to. All things said and done, go up in the first elevator and just keep going right. He's going to take a death. He's got a couple of extra lives, though. This is his first death so far. Buzz not putting the boots to use. He's going to walk through Maze Island to get to the palace. And in doing such, he's got to go through this one item encounter and then possibly 2 or 3 enemy encounters. So, moment of truth time. Did we realize that 3 was accessible to the item room? Probably not. Or is this the glove? And there it is with the shiny middle finger sitting straight up. Glove in 6. See which direction Buzz is going to go. Buzz is going up, which is the correct direction, and he has not been in this direction yet. You can see by the door itself. And he should put himself on the path here. So we have a race. Even though Jack's going to go into Great Palace at about 1 hour and 16 minutes. Buzz is not going to be that far behind him. So from start, we go down to a waffle room where the glove was required. Jack is not full Joshy D. No, he does not have the life spell, and he does not have the 8th heart container. So there's the glove for Buzz. There's the up A, and he's going to leave. We're going to find the first of 4 elevator rooms here for Jack. This is the elevator room with 1 enemy on each side. They're all unique. And we have a dead end, so we're going to be forced up in this path through this room. Jack is hemorrhaging health yet again. And Buzz is walking out of Maze Island. Jack finds the Jackamus room, and he goes right into the fairy room. So this is a very open, so far, Great Palace. There's 2 directions that are going to be left unexplored. And if you're charting this on a map, rooms are going to start to overlap each other. Remember, it's not a 2D plane. It's a, more of a 3D plane. So we have the hook room. We have the left in Jackamus room and south in the fairy room. But we're going to go up and through the hook room and go to the right. And Buzz is in Great Palace about a minute and a half after Jack. And there's a nice big loop. Hook room brings you right around to the Jackamus room. So down in fairy room it is. That's going to take out all the options here. But Jack's going to take the... not risk jumping over the lava. And he's going to go down in the hook room, which is going to bring him right to the same room. And then we're going to go down here. So there go all the open options, but here comes another one, the elevator room left. It goes right into the first of 4 drop rooms. Looks like Jack's going to take that drop. Meanwhile, Buzz is going to go right in the Jackamus room and get to the fairy room, almost walk right into the lava. The drop from Jack yields a left and a right direction, and here's drop room number 2. Meanwhile, Buzz goes down in the fairy room, and he's going to go right and hit to the first drop room. So Buzz is unaware of the loop, and he doesn't even need to be aware of the loop. Going to drop right into the top of the L7 room and go left. Once again, Jack is beeping. And we got the bottom of the L7 room, so this is drop number 3. Where's that going to take us? That's going to take us into the room with either the jar or the enemy. And it's the room with the jar, the dead-end room with the jar. Right into the one-piece chicken room and an elevator down. Meanwhile, Buzz is hot on his trail. He's dropping into the L7 room. Jack handles the one-piece chicken well, and he goes right into the Dark Magician room. So there is a red jar in this room, but neither player has life. That's unfortunate right there. He gets after Buzz and loses a life. Maybe Buzz can make it into the room before he respawns. Nope, he cannot. So Buzz is, with that death, Buzz is just a little bit behind. Buzz might risk death here as well. And he does. The chicken throws a fire from the depths below and offs Buzz, so Buzz is going to have to restart that room. Meanwhile, Jack makes it through the Dark Magician room into Thunderbird. And it needs to be said, there was quite a bit of Great Palace we've seen so far, and one additional area left behind, unexplored. So there may be a chance that Jack gets the Dark Link after Thunderbird combination. He's going to reset his pendulum here on the left side. Jack is playing at 1 lower attack level than Buzz. As Buzz enters the Thunderbird room now, the chamber. Gets to 3 attacks on that cycle. Jumps to avoid the fireball. Let's see how Buzz is doing here. Buzz sets up the pendulum. Gets a couple attacks there as well. I don't have his sound, but it looked like he got 3. And you can see how attack 6 is working in Buzz's favor here, and Jack loses the pendulum a little bit. And downs Thunderbird, although Buzz downs Thunderbird as well, and this is a race, folks. If this is Dark Link in the next room, Dark Link and a Mexican standoff could be the determination of who wins here. Jack is in the next room, and it is Dark Link. This is where we hope our streams are synced, because it is coming down to the fraction of the second here. So Twitch delay, don't fail me now. Jack is not having a good time with Dark Link, while Buzz is. And this is a gold medal match, folks. Buzz Thunder has taken down Dark Link. Has a time of 1 hour, 21 minutes, and 43 seconds. And Jack finishing up here 1 hour, 22 minutes, and 1 second. That is 18 seconds difference here. As we award our medals here to Buzz and Jack. And we are joined by somebody. Hello.
Hey, Larry.
Congratulations, man. That was a fantastic race to watch, especially at the end. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, though. The Palace 6 that you completed for your second gem placed that you had to revisit after all other options were explored.
Yeah, that was. I actually kind of forgot about it until I was at. I was like, all right, so it's Death Valley or 5, or I mean Death Mountain 5 or 4, and then once I was in 5, I was like, oh wait, it could still be in 6, and then that was apparently the case.
Yeah, and it was pretty easily in 6, too, to set it up here. You went to Palace 6 first, for those who didn't see it, and you found the glove block, like a room where you needed the glove to get through. That forced you in another direction, which led you right to Barba. So being Palace 6 and being so early in the race, you're just like, see you later, Palace 6. Hope I never have to, smell you again. And you left, and you and Jack explored all other options. Jack only didn't go back into Spectacle Rock, Death Mountain for Spectacle Rock, but you did. And, on your way, you found everything in your path, and you're like, well, I guess I have to go back to 6. Both of you, Jack actually left 6 and tried Great Palace without the glove, and it looked like you did as well.
Yeah, because after I knew the glove was in 6, I was like, well, I'm going to be walking right by it anyways. And I was like, well, I might as well just make sure. I mean, because at that point, I thought, I was waiting for the dot done at any second there. But then once I got to Thunderbird, I was looking at it, I was like, oh man, am I going to lose this race because I checked to see if Great Palace was actually glove blocked?
Yeah, and how far would you have to go? I mean, imagine if it was open, the first room was open. How far would you have to go to figure out it was glove blocked? And it's so hard because there's only one drop room you can take that you don't need a glove for, and then all the waffle rooms in between. It's very hard for it to randomize where you don't need the glove. You didn't need the glove to beat any of the palaces, but so what worked for you in that seed?
What worked for me? I mean, not a whole lot. I mean, I guess I did things in a good order just to be able to get items as quick as I could. But it was spread out. There was a lot of backtracking. I felt like I was off also, like in my combat early on, taking damage to everything. But yeah, really, it just came down to knowledge and routing and not going back. I don't know. It was that was a bit of a wild one.
It would probably be a scenario where what you did, where you'd probably have to exhaust all other efforts before you all other options before you arrive at let me go back to 6. It would seem reckless if you tried to do that any earlier, even though we probably knew it was, well, we probably didn't know it was the right play. It was, it was down to Palace 3, Palace 5, Palace 6, Spectacle Rock, and then you just started narrowing them all down.
Yeah, that medicine in 4 was just such a low blow. Just like, oh, jeez.
Both of you guys did not have reflect at the time you found 4, and we were all yelling at you guys to go explore because you always find the item you need for reflect in there. Good thing you didn't. You had the item on hand anyway that you needed for it. But we're joined by Jack now. Jack, good game, man. Sorry to see it go that way for you.
It happens.
Why don't you take us through the scenario there? I mean, you arrived at the glove first, believe it or not.
Yeah, I guess I could kind of believe that. It was in 6, which is a pretty annoying spot for it. I think I'm just annoyed that, I was right there in 6 pretty early on, at that locked door. I didn't have a key, and I don't think I had enough magic for fairy at the time, but, if I was able to get through that locked door, I would have saved myself probably 20 minutes or more on that, because a lot of this was just looking for the glove while trying to clear up palaces throughout.
Yeah, I was wondering why that door was gone on the first level when you went north, when you went up in the elevator. I was wondering why the door was gone there and then the door wasn't gone in the next room. I thought for sure you went there. Excuse me, you went there before your attempt at Barba, but you actually did that earlier on in the race?
Yeah, maybe like 20, 25 minutes in or so. I think I was in 6 for a bit.
Yeah, you were in 6 for a bit. Buzz completed 6 at that time and then left without the item, and then we all started rooting for the glove to be in 6 at that time just for the ultimate troll, and then, there you have it. Like 1 hour later, glove was in 6, but yeah, props.
Well, everyone got what they wanted, that's for sure.
Absolutely. The only thing that could have been better was the medicine in 4 leading to reflect, but, you can't have everything.
Not quite, no.
No, not at all, but congratulations to you. You did finish in 2nd place here in this race, but that is a silver medal for your team, Special K, and you had a hell of a tournament. You did beat Eon in the first race, and that was a great race as well, with the whole upstab being required and you needing to go back for upstab was good. And then you beat who'd you beat in the second round? You beat Neum in the second round.
Yeah.
So yeah, what was your favorite part of this seed?
Well, all the 500-point blue Lizalfos was probably my favorite part. Made eating all those tasty gems pretty easy to do.
Yeah, both of you guys actually, when you were in Palace 3, both of you placed the gem and then went backwards to look for the item, obviously still needed the glove at that time. Both of you were within 200 points or lower of the next level, and then you got to the last glove block room, and both of you looked like you tried to make it work, and then both of you just decided, no, we'll just eat 2,000 plus XP and move on. That triggered about everybody in chat who's ever played this game.
Oh, yeah, I was just thinking to myself whenever I up an aid with almost 3,000 experience, man, they must be going nuts right now.
What do you think a calorie per XP ratio is? You think it's 1-to-1? You could just consume a whole day's worth of calories with that 1 up A?
Probably consumed a week worth of experience throughout the seed, come to think.
Yeah, I think you ate 3 gems.
All of them.
You ate all of them, really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Buzz, have you ever eaten a gem?
Yeah, I have.
There was that one. I think that was that one time
I was forced into it.
Yeah, there was that one time you were trying to eat gems just for the sake of going faster, and I think it backfired on you, right? Eating them all intentionally.
Yeah, I had a phase where I was trying to play outside of my style and comfort zone, and yeah, it didn't work.
Yeah, but yeah, it was a great race. It was a great watch, and thank you both for putting this on, this matinee, the SHI Tournament Olympics, the gold medal round, and best of luck to both of you in whatever's coming up next.
Thanks, Larry.
Thanks, Larry. Thanks for putting on a fun little Olympics here. Maybe my teammates can take some more medals home, hopefully.
Yeah, that would be fun. I hope my team takes some medals as well. But we'll be doing the other events in the weeks to come. And thank you guys both again.
Thank you, Larry.
See ya.
And coming up next, Well, right now, I don't know what's coming up right now, but coming up in next week is going to be the Tetris 100 Lines Level 0 Start Round 1, first round, 4 matches. Every tournament is an 8-person single elimination tournament. And then we'll also have Super Mario Bros. 1, Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Mario Bros. 3, all any percent. Super Mario Bros. 3 being any percent, no wrong warp. And we'll mix it up with a little Super Mario Kart as well, 150cc Super Mushroom Cup. So we hope you join us for that. We're going to be replaying these Olympic races on several nights throughout the weeks to come for you guys. I'll make special announcements in the Discord, my Discord, if you want to join it for it. And there'll be a little headway, a little leeway to when the events do actually happen. But thanks for joining us. That is Buzz Thunder taking home the gold medal for The Pain is Thunder. And Jack Miss Wedge taking on the silver for Special K. And shout out to a third place person who was Nirm taking home the bronze for Anchors of Fire. So until next time, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for hanging out.